Mukuro Ikusaba.
Hello and welcome back to more Let's Play Danganronpa. I am the Max Few Trades. In the last part, I suffered a emotional breakdown due to the events that took place. All in all, it was a really rough period. Had to take a much longer break than I was anticipating, but I'm back. It's fine. It doesn't make any difference to you. You guys are all getting this stuff back to back, so it's all good. In theory, everybody who is still alive is going to now work with each other. Theoretically, things might be getting better. I honestly don't know. So, let's just kind of hope for the best. Also, apparently, Mukuro.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
There was also this bombshell dropped on us, so that's something.
The one they call the ultimate despair.
Pretty good candidate for mastermind territory. Pretty sure, yeah.
Watch out for her.
Yeah, you don't gotta tell me twice. With a title like that, that's just kind of goes without saying, don't it? Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. Oh, crap. Really? Oh. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. But that's just Luchadore. He tried... Luchadore is the one who hit me over the head. He's a jerk. Or she, I guess. I don't know. It looks like they have fingernails. They have like giant fingernails. So that's probably a gal. Depending on who it is, I don't think there's going to be any love lost with the death of El Luchadore. Where do you even get a mask like that? And why a mask? In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning, in the dining hall. So, let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. You didn't make small talk or anything. We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours? Pretty gosh darn, I'll tell you that much. He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think, anyway. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder. How would you even know anything about cows? You haven't had a day of hard labor in your life.
In the name of my family.
And no matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them and their bloated udder.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. I mean, I'm not complaining, mind you. Man, you're so boring now. You just sit there like a mushroom. Gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom. Still not talking.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking made things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. Sam! Alright. Getting you on our side's already paying off. But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care. Neither do I!
How about that?
You're okay with that, Toko? Yeah, well, she is the exact type of weirdo to totally be okay with that. How low is that rock you're hiding under? I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again. Cue this happening multiple times from this point on.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started our exploration. Alright, so we've got the 5th floor now? I know not. Alright, so we got this, the 4th floor. Where's the stairs? The stairs are all the ding-dong way over there. To the 5th floor! Preow. There we go. Makoto's a pretty fast runner, all things considered. Whoa, hello. So here I am on the 5th floor of Hope Speak Academy, where apparently there is vegetation. That's new. The 5th floor has been opened up to us, and it's totally different from all the floors we've seen up till now. For some reason, it feels unpleasant. Unpleasant, most definitely. Alright, so what do we've got going on here? I'm not sure what this is, but it seems painfully ironic that this would become available to us after Sakura's death. Yep. Alright, also there appear to be entire trees in this place. I find that more than a little odd. That target seems pretty far away. Gotta say, pretty proud of my eyesight. Coin acquired! Nifty. Alright, what else we got going on around here? We've got... Oh. There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. The wooden lockers and keys remind me of super old-school public bathhouses. Okay. What's this thing? It's a straw post used for sword practice. Did they use it for training here, too? I know not. Okay. Anything else? I should always be checking my sonar ability. A suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese, as opposed to everything else that we've run across up to this point. Pretty sure this game takes place in Japan. So, how you be doing? What Kyoko told me yesterday. What the heck did it mean?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
We sure do have a lot of unnecessary flashbacks in this game. I mean, we just had this less than 6 minutes ago.
The 16th student.
Yes, I'm aware, I remember. 16th student, I get it. Kyoko, I'm not gonna say anything. I can't say anything. Kyoko narrowed her eyes. Her gaze darted up to the surveillance camera.
Hey.
You understand why, right? She was trying to tell me that whatever it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. Yeah, that's generally pretty much everything we know about at this point. But how did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
So then...
We're finished here. She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. And just like usual, I didn't understand anything better than before. Yep, that's pretty much the never-ending trend with this whole thing. Oh, what? I don't think I've seen everything there is to see. Okay. Oh, you want me to look at the trees? Yeah, I guess that is kind of unusual. Even though this room is totally enclosed, there's a cherry tree planted here, and it's in full bloom.
Hey.
It's quite elegant. This is what you consider elegant? Do you consider cherry blossoms to not be elegant?
Indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese-style scenery is refreshing. But considering our situation, isn't it kind of out of place? Well, given our situation, I'd say literally anything and everything is kind of out of place. So, hey, how about we let her seek comfort in whatever it is that she wants to, buddy? Alright, so what do we got going on in here? Apparently a very large garden. Also, that's just painted to look like the outside. Good. Good. Well, I guess it could be windows, but I also doubt that they would give us access to that. I mean, yeah, sure, it's like, oh, what are you gonna do, jump off the 5th story of the building? But, I mean, we could make, like, a rope or something out of, like, clothing and other miscellaneous bric-a-brac. So, I doubt they'd give us that kind of option. This is Monokuma we're talking about. Things are never gonna be that easy. Alright, we've got lots of stuff. First and foremost, I got this thing over here! I'll talk to you later, mister. There's some kind of control panel set near the wall. Does it control the air conditioning or something? I gotta be honest. You think when they were, like, making the music for this game, people went over to the composer and was like, alright, we need you to make Monokuma's theme song. Make it the single most obnoxious, grating, and terrible thing that you've literally ever conceived of. Because this is the most obnoxious and awful song I've ever heard in my entire life. I've heard a lot of songs, and the fact that I have to listen to it so frequently is only making things significantly worse. Sprinklers? Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set off to go off. Okay, so every morning at 7:30. Don't you dare change it without permission. Of course, the setting panel is locked, so you couldn't change it if you wanted to. So the sprinklers are apparently going to come into play at some point. So that means the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning. Makoto has a very serious bad habit of being a parrot. Yep, you got it. It's super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched, so watch yourself. I gotta, pick and choose what I read when it comes to Monokuma, because he says a lot of inane and disgusting things that I don't want to repeat. Very, very, scarcely does he actually say things that are useful to anybody. Anyway, I should probably look at this giant honking thing. What is this? This thing is super weird, super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. Is this thing real? And he's returned. Watch out. What? That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with the name myself. Yeah, it sounds like the type of thing you'd make. Yeah, try and touch it, and you're in for some real excitement. Your heart's all like whoa, and the plant's all like snap, and your flesh is all like blug, I'm dead. In other words, it's a monstrosity. Not surprising. It's pretty friggin' amazing, if I do say so myself. The student at Hope's Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature. The ultimate botanist, although they don't go here anymore. They died during the tragedy.
Actually,
By the way, despite how it looks, that flower is super practical. It can eat paper, plastic, even people, so it's totally good for the environment.
well,
Such an eco-friendly creature is vital for the future growth of a healthy society. Not that I know anything about that myself. Spouting more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappeared. Took him a long time, but he did. Whatever it is, best keep my distance. Oh, yeah, better keep my distance. That's why I'm gonna shove my arm all the way down there and grab the coin I saw in there. Also, I see a shed. Just to be sure, I take a look in the tool shed. Yep, it's a shed full of tools, all right. I'm sure something in here is gonna kill somebody. This place seems totally disorganized. From a lawnmower to fertilizer, flower parts to farm tools. And leaning against the back wall, is that a pickaxe? I'm gonna say that that is indeed a pickaxe. There's something carved into the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I suppose. Wasn't that Mondo's thing? Wasn't that his gang? Huh. There's a lawnmower here. Even with this here, who's actually gonna take care of the lawn? I don't know, but apparently there was a coin in there. So, that's cool. Anything else you want me to look at? Oh, I guess you do. Bags of poo-poo. There are so many different kinds to choose from. And I chose money. Monetary! Alright. There are different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to be self-sufficient? Probably not. So many flower pots. Big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers to put in my room. I doubt it would work. They need sunlight, and I don't think the inside of this building has seen sunlight for many a week. Granted, I guess all of this stuff is alive somehow. But at this point, it's pretty safe to assume that Monokuma is some sort of horrifying, eldritch deity that's capable of just warping reality as he sees fit, so I don't even know. Alright, I put it off. At first I thought I saw blue skies, but turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling. Yep, that's pretty much my deduction. Oh, but the plants are all real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. Helps me relax. That's not what you're thinking, is it? And you're getting weird on me. Why, is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there, just beneath the surface, beneath their calm exterior. They're always watching and waiting. And when they decide they can't leave us in charge for Earth anymore, they'll put their plan to global human extinction into action.
Well,
I'm serious. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Anything else? Oh, yep, there is in fact something else. Is this a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here? Yeah, this place even has chickens, huh? They're just regular chickens, right? They like, don't eat people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that. It seems safe. All the more reason to not trust the chickens. Now, personally, chickens are amazing. I would prefer that these just be your average everyday, chickens. But I don't trust anything in this place. Oh, you like chickens too, Makoto? Yeah, I love these little guys. They're seriously cute, right? And there's exactly 5 of them here. Exactly? 5. You know, the number that comes after 4 and before 6, at least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, that's a good omen. Contains the mysteries of the cosmos.
I'm at least 30% right.
It's a number of power, a refreshing number on par with hand-squeezed all-natural lemonade. He never lets me get a word in edgewise. Nor do I have any true desire to really continue talking to him. Alright, well, that's that, I guess. Just gotta find all of the peoples. Oh, hey, Hina. You're not in any of the rooms. This floor feels different compared to all the others. I'm not sure what it is. Is there some reason for that? I hope it's not anything too creepy. Oh, I can assure you, there's probably something immensely creepy about all this noise. Alright, I'm not sure what that word means, why it's written there, but it can't be good. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. We came all this way just to be denied here. The sign in the hall says Biolab. A biolab. That's where we're forbidden from seeing into. It kind of sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie. Oh, there's some sort of horrifying abomination being stored inside that place. Mark my words. Alright, but the question remains, where is Byakuya or Kyoko? You hanging out in one of these classroom thingies? Okay, well, this is suddenly a thing. Holy crap. What the hell is all this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. What I saw was bad enough, but what I smelled, it was sour, pungent, and possibly rank.
I see.
It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around your fair share of corpses. What are you saying? It's the smell of death, their flesh and fat and blood. There was no surprise in his voice, no shock. But he was right. I had experienced the smell more than once before. Tragically, 'twas the smell of death and despair. But the smell here is strong, condensed. It's the smell of a battlefield. Monokuma must have... Oh, hello. What, my fault again? Literally everything up to this point is your fault. So, yeah. Stop trying to blame everything on me. Then stop being the cause of everything. If you hadn't done what you did, this never would have happened. No. It's quite the opposite. The opposite? Yep. Let me give you an itty-bitty, easy-squeegee little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. Well, I doubt that immensely. I just left it exactly how I found it. What? How's that for a hint? Better than those stupid hints you get from NPCs and those mean old RPGs. Now he's, okay, see, here's what I'm trying to get at. He's just divulging into utter nonsense. But it's pretty scary, huh? Blood all over the walls and junk. Also, this blood is red. Which makes me wonder, yet again, why our blood is pink, and why nobody seems to bring that up. Of course, even in the outside world, people die of bloody, gruesome deaths every day. So it's not really a big deal, blah, blah, blah. What's he talking about? He just left the way he found it. What's the meaning of all of this? Alright, have to look at the chalk outlines. A lot of people died in here, apparently. There are white chalk outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? I've seen this kind of thing on detective shows and stuff like that. You always see it at the scene of a murder. I wish I could say I don't believe it, and yet here we are. Also, you want me to look at this very red blood. There's blood all over the place. I want to shut my eyes forever against such a ghastly sight. It appears all the blood stains are dry, and their color has changed as well. Ah, is that the explanation? Okay, so blood turns red if you leave it out long enough? I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'm of the opinion that it... Okay, so we know that Monokuma did something to everybody. Personally, I'm banking with widespread amnesia, but during the process, he also had to replace all of our blood with pure concentrated Pepto-Bismol. It's the only logical explanation. Same to assume these stains are considerably old. This is all really blood? Of course, I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened in this classroom? I don't know in the slightest, but there are about 1.5 bazillion different cut marks. So I can only assume, like, I don't know, someone went full-on Asura style up in here. Because my goodness gracious. Byakuya, about what Monokuma just told us? It's like I'm not even here. He must be lost in thought. Is he really thinking that hard? Or is he just flat out ignoring me? It's possibly both. You can never tell with this guy. Alright, whoop. I guess I've seen what there is to see up for now. But, once again, nothing I found seems to make any real sense. Need to head back to the dining hall and find out what the others turned up. If anything! Dun-dun-dun. Oh, one after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall. And before too long, everyone started bip-bop-boobity-bopping. It would appear everyone has returned. But still, just the 6 of us. That's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Is it? I've only ever seen 2 people on one side of a volleyball net at any time. So, I mean, that's like 3 teams. Hey, don't be a sourpuss, we gotta think positive. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still field a basketball team. That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we have to do our best. Can we all stop this group hug nonsense? We need to find out what everyone discovered. We've discovered absolutely nothing. Essentially. By the way, did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor? Well, no. Strange is a massive understatement. It's a bloody, bloody land of awfulness. The white outlines of countless corpses. It was more dreadful than anything I've encountered here so far. Huh. So he's not great at showing them, but he does have emotions. Go figure. What the hell are you talking about? The smell itself is horrific. Far beyond any normal murder scene. Every blood smell concentrated. Like orange juice. God, I'm glad I didn't see it. It feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it.
But
But, I mean, what the hell happened in that room?
So in other words,
I can only think of one thing. A large group of people died right there in that room. A bunch of people were killed in there. Stop, seriously. Gonna throw up.
It can't
Perhaps
be.
that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Okay, I mean, a widespread murder inside a school? Sure, that's definitely a tragedy, and it would definitely cause the school to close down for a while. But why would that... I somehow doubt that. You're thinking the same thing then. My theory is, the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room. I don't think so. I mean, it was awful. Oh yeah, most certainly. Don't you doubt that in any regard. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not the specific tragedy.
in other words,
Precisely. The tragedy is another name for the genocide of the students' body of Hope Speed Academy. Well, not just one classroom, I guess, of the entire school? I mean, I get it. That would be an unspeakably horrible tragedy for the history books. But I wouldn't really call it the most awful, tragic, monstrous, horrible thing to ever happen in human history. I mean, there's still the Holocaust. I feel as if you have to work pretty hard in order to overtake that.
it's all clear now.
That's pretty much the most tragic and horrible thing to ever happen in human history. And I'll explain. And, I mean, even then, there's a bunch of other ones that I can think of that would probably, you know, surpass that of just the genocide of a school. Tragic, yes. I'm not trying to weigh the tragedy against others, but at the same time, it's just, that's what it seems like to me. I'll explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors. I mean, I guess that all makes sense, but it's all just so awful. Not just awful, super awfully awful. Alright, it's beyond awful. See, now we're using awful like we keep using the word hope and despair. It's starting to lose meaning. Terrible, tragic, hopeless, but still. How has it not one of us ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? I don't know how exactly you'd cover up the deaths of, like, I don't know, what's the average populace of a school like this? Like 500 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I checked all the windows on the front to back. That used to be kind of Soccer's job, but anyway, no dice. There were metal plates on all the windows, just like everywhere else.
Correct.
Which means no chance of escape on the 5th floor either.
So,
But when I was looking around, I realized something about the layout of the school. Oh, did you now? What exactly did you notice?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto? Why do you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you must have noticed the 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has. A bathroom? Are you talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Oh, so we have the entire school now. Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clear picture of this school. All that's left now is to solve the underlying mystery.
But-
A most mysterious mystery. That's the hardest part.
okay.
Even if it's hard, still gotta do it. Yeah, Nina's right. Everything will be okay. Just gotta work together. We'll figure this out somehow. No, not I'm sure. We absolutely will make it out, no matter what it takes. I'll murder you and everyone else if it means getting out of here. Whatever it takes. My concern is with the biolab. That was the only place on the 5th floor that we couldn't access. The biolab, huh? I wonder what's in there. Probably awfulness. If this were like a cliche horror game, it'd be some kind of creature. The final boss, or tyrant, or something.
But
We're not in a horror game, though. Ha ha! See what you did there. Either way, we don't need to worry about it at the moment. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be understood no matter how much you think about it.
Naturally.
Your tiny brains can only do so much, so focus on utilizing them efficiently.
well,
I don't really like how you said it, but what you said is probably right.
What?
No, how I said it is right too. Just gotta make sure to twist that knife just a little tiny bit more every single time, don't you? Sigh.
No?
Well, there's a big garden up on the 5th floor, and I found more than one thing to be worried about. Stupidly large plant, a chicken coop, and a tool shed. Those are all very, very suspicious things. Monokuma said that was called a Monokuma flower. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
You're serious?
It's totally a man-eating plant. Pretty sure it's different from the one that lives in the pipe, though. But bunch. Anyway, that thing must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else in here. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every morning at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry. They say idiots never catch colds, you know. Badam! Of course, because idiots never get wet. I think you're thinking of ducks. I'm starting to worry about you, Hero. Can you tell me what 10 plus 10 is?
What the heck?
Come on, you don't always have to call me dumb. I may have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make me stupid. But if it'll make you happy, I'll answer your dumb question. What was the question again? Don't worry, you just answered it. Sigh. All right, you gonna start talking now? Because I don't want to hear it if you are. Hey, Byakuya, it seems like Toko wants to say something.
What?
So, why are you telling me? Well, because you told her to zip it or whatever, and she's, like, creepy, so you gotta tell her to talk. Ah, I'd forgotten about that. Jesus, man, I know you like torturing her, but come on. Now, Toko, if you want to envelop us all in your putrid breath, I won't stop you. You're just gonna take it.
What the heck?
Being very careful with how I read these things. So, what did you want to tell us? Okay, you were in the classroom on the 5th floor, and something caught your attention. It was apparently a Rambo knife. A knife? That thing is huge. It's like Rambo's. It's the exact. Yeah, my family owns a replica of Rambo's knife, and it looks exactly like that. It's a survival knife of some type. One step down from a machete.
Well,
How would I know?
Very
What are you gonna use that knife for? What are you planning to do to us? I'm not gonna do anything. I just picked it up. I didn't want to leave a knife just laying around.
How about that?
I'd rather have it laying around than in the hands of a serial killer. Boom, shakalaka. No, I'm pretty sure you're everything like her because you are her. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
You know?
We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
what's your problem?
I don't want it anyway, it's too dangerous. What to do?
So then,
Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea. Oh yeah, I totally trust Makoto to take care of it.
okay.
And that's that. Oh, hold on, don't I get a say?
It's all clear now.
It just shows how much they trust you. You should do as they ask. Are you sure it's trust? I feel like they're just using me. Okay, so here you go, Makoto. You're acting like I already said yes. Fine. I guess there's nothing I can do. I'll just keep it in my desk drawer for now. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Hey, Toko. Ah! Oh. Still talking. Gross, gross.
Fine.
You made a valuable discovery. Good job. Oh, that's not gonna end well. Don't give positive reinforcement. Don't. Hey, good for you. Do you take positive reinforcement as a bad thing? Are you that kind of sick and twisted? Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's getting weird. Getting weird. Whenever I look at Toko these days, it makes me feel sad. Wait, you mean just from today? Okay. Didn't I talk to everybody already? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked to everybody, didn't I? But, yeah, you checked all the windows and stuff, and all the stuff, and I talked to strange room on the 5th floor. Yep. We definitely spoke to everybody. Oh, wait. Hang on, I forgot. Hero has, like, multiple things I had to point out, wasn't it? See, a chicken coop! A super spooky, super duper spoopy chicken coop. Bunch of chickens in the chicken coop, right? No, I'm pretty sure they kept alligators in there. That's right. 5 chickens. I love chickens. For the food purposes, as it turns out. Yeah, no, Hina, no, don't eat the raw chicken. Pretty sure that'd kill you. Y'all guys, you two kind of flip-flop back and forth when it comes to saying kind of stupid things, don't you? That's a little strange. All right, tools. I press Y because I think, oh yeah, that's the button I gotta use, and it is, but until the entire message is done, I can't use it, and I think, oh, I guess I pushed the wrong button, and I push the other button, and that just brings up the menu. You noticed that too, huh? That pickaxe?
What?
What about the pickaxe? Well, there was a pickaxe in the tool shed, and the words Crazy Diamond had been carved into the handle. Haven't we seen that phrase somewhere before? Crazy Diamond, yeah, that does sound kind of familiar, I think.
It's true.
I don't just think, I know. We've definitely seen that phrase before. Where? Ah, that's it, I remember. 'Twas Mondo and his crazy hair. It was on Mondo's uniform, on the back of his jacket. His jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy Diamond.
I see.
You're absolutely right. But why would that be on the pickaxe in the garden?
Could it be?
Mondo must have snuck in there and done it, right?
Not possible.
But we didn't have access to the garden until today. Not to mention that, he also died before I think we had access to even the 4th floor. Maybe the 3rd, too. I'm kind of losing track.
That's right.
A whole lot of death has been going on here. Then maybe Mondo brought it with him when he first came here and Monokuma confiscated it? Whatever reason, that's what stuck out to me in the tool shed. Pickaxe connected to Mondo. Well, what stuck out to me wasn't the pickaxe at all. Then what did?
Yo.
What I noticed was the lawnmower. I'm thinking maybe we can use it to call for help. How are we gonna call for help with a lawnmower?
What the heck?
I don't know. Maybe I can use it to make crop circles or something. That's it. I'm gonna make crop circles.
Well,
And we can use those to call for help. What the heck happened to you? You weren't like this in the beginning, you know.
you know?
Well, back then, my personality hadn't quite solidified yet. What? I didn't think it was possible, but I'm more disappointed in you now than I've ever been. That's pretty messed up. Well, I think that's all the new information we have for now.
Yo.
So now what do we do? Well, starting today, you're all under my command. But before we proceed, I need to figure something out.
No way.
Jeez, how cocky can you be? You're gonna bust through the ceiling if your head gets any bigger. So, what is it you want to figure out? Kyoko's identity? Do we really need to bust out the suspiciousness? The suspiciosity? The wombology?
Well...
Kyoko's identity? But Kyoko is Kyoko, right? Yes, but who is she? The rest of us have a clear, definable reason for having been selected to attain Hope's Peak Academy. Hina's the ultimate swimming pro, Hiro's the ultimate clairvoyant, even Makoto is the ultimate lucky student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but, so what about Kyoko? Can anyone tell us what she is? Now that you mention it, she's never told us. Well, Kyoko doesn't really like talking about herself anyway, right? It's no matter of what she likes or doesn't like. This is a matter of trust. Can you trust someone who's unwilling to reveal their true identity? Oh my god, she's Superman. We need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicion. So Kyoko, it's time you told us. I can't. What? Why won't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
What do you mean?
So...
Because I don't remember. Amnesia! I have no memory of what I am. You have no memory? You mean amnesia? The Dark Descent?
What?
If I thought you had a sense of humor, I'd say you were joking. But if this is a joke, I'm not laughing. Have you ever laughed before? I don't think you have. You can't be serious right now, can you? I knew you wouldn't believe me. And that's why I didn't say anything.
However...
But it doesn't matter. Either way, the truth will make itself clear before we're done.
What?
So, you have no intention of telling us. Then I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Hey,
What are you gonna do? Torture me? Nothing so barbaric as that.
It's all
I
clear.
will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
what?
Limit my options.
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room. But if she gives you her room key, she can't go to sleep in her room. She'll be breaking a school regulation. And if she doesn't want that, she'll talk. It's easy. All she has to do is tell us about herself. Just hold on, a threat like that.
That's fine.
Fine, I understand. Good. You're finally in the mood for conversation. Without saying a word, Kyoko walked right up to Byakuya and held out a room key. Ah, snap.
It can't be.
You damn fool. Why do you refuse to talk?
Because...
Whether I want to or not, I can't. All I can do is keep telling you that.
So,
Maybe she really did lose her memory. If you really think about it, it doesn't sound totally impossible. This is the worst school ever, where only the worst stuff happens, right? Amnesia would fit in.
However...
The worst school where only the worst things happen. Do you really mean that? Eh?
Hey,
Can you really be sure that life here has been filled with only the worst things? I mean, I guess I can't be 100%, but I'm leaning towards a strong 94%. What do you mean? Perhaps I've said too much. Perhaps you haven't said enough. That's you in the corner. That's you in the spotlight. Losing your religion. Sorry. Kyoko then turned her back on us, and without a word began to walk away.
Come on.
Where do you think you're going?
goodbye.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything to harm any of you. Those were her last words as she skadoodled that out. Kyoko's last words. The dining hall was silent. The only sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What is her deal?
but...
I think you went too far taking a room key like that. Don't care. Not listening. Not listening. When you have those expressions, not gonna do it. You're getting noisy again, Toko. That's what I thought.
Come on.
Finally, he uses his powers for good. Sorry, I can still hear you. The sound of you breathing, of your heart beating, it grates on me. Are you telling her to die? I mean, I know how you feel, but zam! Don't like relating to these characters. But what's Kyoko gonna do now? Plus the situation, it's just like before. It's no different from when everyone started accusing Sakura. And I'm no different either. I still can't stop anyone. Oh, now we've got screaming. Whoa! What the hell? Why are you all yelling all of a sudden? Because look! Yeah! It's you! How long have you been standing there? I'm very, very angry. Angry at what? At the thief? Yes, that's right. I'm very sad to have to tell you. There's a thief in your midst. Huh? Lord of the Rings reference. Time and place, mister. Time and place. You're precious. You had such faith in you, and this is how you repay me with betrayal? Reality is filled with so much hardship, isn't it? No wonder people run away into their fantasies. But what the heck is your precious? Shut up. I hope all of you get stuck in a hiring freeze and die penniless on the street. What an oddly specific accusation and threat. And he's gone. The heck was that all about? He said something about his precious getting stolen? Does anyone have any idea what that might mean? It likely has something to do with Kyoko. Who else other than her would be willing and able to steal something from Monokuma? That actually is a pretty good, that's a good guess. But if that's true, what was it? And why would she do that? I don't know, but the ding ding dong to ding dong to doogie is happening. And that's always happening. Not a fan of that. Ain't nobody got time for your old stupid face. There we go. We need to get out of here.
You know?
Can talk about this more tomorrow, and about Kyoko. However, after what just happened with Monokuma and Kyoko, I feel there's something in the air. I'd suggest you take extra precautions tonight. Stay in your rooms. Don't go wandering around.
Well,
Not like you needed to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Well then, let's disperse. See you tomorrow. He's still being a complete and utter tool, but he's definitely being nicer, which, I mean, considering the level of, you know, complete and total super dickery, is, you know, it doesn't take a lot to do that, but still, it's the thought that counts. That's right. I need to put away the knife that I got from Toko. I'm sure this won't come into play at any point. Oh, right, and we gotta flash forward to that very knife being stuck in El Luchador. Great. Looks like I'm gonna be accused of something at some point. That's just great. Once again, Toko brings nothing but horror and misfortune to everyone around her. Anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? She can't get into her room. What's she gonna do? Isn't there something I can do? Well, you could probably let her in your room. Let her, like, I don't know, sleep on the floor or something. Yeah, people would probably ask a lot of weird questions about what you did there, but I mean, that's not something, nothing says you can't do that. Even Monokuma said the exact same thing, although he said it in much lewder terms. Something I can. Need nap.